Yeah. So, it's crazy that this episode just started and we're halfway through our beers. Really fucking hammered.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. It's really
It's
wild.
nuts, man. And you know what's crazy is like I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself like, my mind is still fresh on what we were last talking about on our last episode.
Yeah, I wish you would have wore like a different jacket, but hey,
Nah, but it's winter. It's getting fall, winter.
yeah.
Now, so like,
You always got that favorite hoodie.
Yeah, I got my favorite hoodie. I got my favorite beanie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to switch it up too much. Like, I like my aesthetic. My aesthetic is black, all black, black power, black this, black that, everything black. And speaking of black, Black Adam. I did not line that up. Honest to God, that was off the cuff. That one, that was natural.
But I got a
question. Honest to God, that was natural.
Is Black Adam really black?
Wait, we'll get to that.
Because I was just saying, Black Power back in this day, you shoot someone that ain't really black, you know.
Yeah, so Black Adam, that's where we left off, I think, right? That's where we left off.
Yes, sir.
So Black Adam, you asked me some questions our last pod, and for some reason, I have those questions just still fresh in my mind, bro. Still fresh in my head. It's crazy.
Because my boy be knowing what he talking about.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, son. So, like, here's the thing, right? You asked me last time, you were talking to me about Black Adam. We started talking, and I saw it. And I will say that Black Adam...
Wait. Before we even get into that.
Go ahead.
Real, we're doing a quick run through, but still. Drop me a... And I know we're going to say that for the review video conversation.
A rating?
Yeah, I was going to ask you for a rating, but let's say that for the review video conversation.
I was going to give you a rating.
No,
just because it's I won't get into depth. Fuck it, I don't have to give a rating. What I will say is, Black Adam, no, fuck it, I gotta say it. I don't think I can go anywhere without just giving it up like it is, right? So I have to say it. So we're rating it out of a 10, as we do with everything. Not that 5 rating bullshit. I hate when people do 5 rating. Black Adam is about a solid 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, but enjoyable.
So enjoyable.
And that's important.
This episode and last episode, I actually had a chance to see Black Adam.
Okay.
And I'm saying that motherfucker at least a 7. The reason I say that is because they had little scenes like that were kind of clever in there, like when they were trying to when Hawkman and them was trying to tell them like you can't kill everyone, and they did the interrogation, and it was like you remember when interrogation where he's trying to get the information from the people, and he took. So this is in the
so wait. Well, here's my thing. I'll just go say this because you mentioned you said it's about a what? About a 7?
Yeah.
Out of 10? Okay. So I'll say it's about a 6. And the reason I say it's about a 6, but enjoyable, is because the movie does everything I think it's supposed to in terms of a superhero movie. It has the fun little fight scenes. It has a cool hero or cool anti-hero, whatever the fuck he's called. But this movie has a lot of things that are blatantly obvious to me. You have The Rock as this A-list character, A-list celebrity, A-list everything. And then you surround him with a bunch of, and I might be missing him, I might be discounting maybe one person like Dr. Fate. And not the character, not just the character, but the person who was playing him as well. I forgot his name. But you put The Rock next to a bunch of B-list, C-list actors, and that doesn't hold the movie. That doesn't carry the movie along enough because the tone of the movie, the way the color palette of it, all of that, coupled with the B, C-list actors, it doesn't do anything when The Rock isn't on screen. It doesn't make you want to say, hey, let me be as invested.
Okay, so one, he's discrediting the fuck out of the actor for Dr. Fate. The minute they announced this guy's Dr. Fate, people literally bust.
That's what I just said. I just said I'm discounting Dr. Fate. I forgot the guy's name. But yeah, I just said that. Except him. Literally everyone else, like BC list, except him. I forgot his fucking name. Fucking villain. It was the devil who played him.
This guy's gonna call these motherfucking actors B and C list, and he
bro,
doesn't know who the fuck plays who.
No, even that guy. And this is terrible for Geek Goonz. We shouldn't even call ourselves that for this fucking episode. Just because we're not referencing actual actors' names and character
Okay,
names.
I will say this.
I feel like shit.
Black Adam was like
sorry from us.
not our go-to guy. Like if a motherfucker pull up a Batman movie, we're gonna be like, all right, he played this, he played this, he played this, he played. If a motherfucker pull up a Superman movie, we're gonna be like, all right, who he played this?
Yeah, I can reference pretty much where the actors are from, but dude, they didn't even give. It seems like they didn't even give a real fuck to throw people in here that you would notice that may have the potential to overshadow The Rock. You have, all right, the only two like established characters and established like actors, it seemed to be the guy from the guy who played Hawkman. He's from, I forgot what is it called. It's that show that used to be on like regular TV. Fuck. I know I'm gonna feel like shit because I can't remember right now.
The Good Place?
No, it's not The Good Place. It's something else. It's
the Brady
like
Bunch?
That's like too far left as. All right. It's like one of those shows, and people know what I'm talking about if you know the guy.
Law and Order?
Anyway, so the guy, him and Dr. Fate, those are the only two established actors and established characters. Then they have the fucking, who is that, Atom Smasher or some shit? And then the fucking girl who like controls Wind. Bullshit, weak characters.
Whoa.
Bro, these were
wait,
bullshit.
Did they have like Dr. Adam?
What?
I think it's Dr. Adam. Well, it's like it's like guy.
It's Atom Smasher, whatever the fuck his name is. It's a kid who's just learning how to really do this shit. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that shows you that TK over here did not in fact see Black Adam. As he just so clearly stated.
I was asking like the name because I get the names confused.
Yeah, fuck who. I don't even know who he is. He's a kid though. He's a kid and also the girl who controls the Wind. I don't even think they have an interaction with Black Adam, but these characters are so non-memorable and they are so throwaway characters. Like in Suicide Squad, which is another DC movie. Also, shout out to what's the guys? James Gunn for becoming one of the whole like directors or CEOs of DC. He's really good in that position. But Suicide Squad has a lot of characters that should mean nothing to you, but yet you're enthralled. You're interested. You're captivated by who they are because they feel cool. This did not do that at all. Dr. Fate was good, but I think he was even undercut. And Hawkman, that isn't who needs to play Hawkman. That isn't him. He isn't that guy. Not that character. Not that actor. That's not Hawkman. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go on record.
All I'm going to say is this. Two things. That Dr. Fate ain't the, like, main Dr. Fate. Like,
it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, so, like, that guy is more than likely 100% going to die, and someone else is going to have to take up the Dr. Fate mantle.
Good.
Like, you've seen Young Justice. You know.
Not in real life.
Yeah, you've seen Young Justice.
Yeah.
Boy.
Just like that. And also, if since we were on the topic of Dr. Fate and the Gun thing, Dr. Fate is really well done in all of DC's animations from my view. And I hope that James Gunn does something where he's working closely with the writers of the animations, because those are the ones that are your powerhouse. They're already within DC. We don't need people from Marvel coming over and trying to make that work. Please pull from DC's wheelhouse. You guys have great people that write the animations, and we need those stories on the big screen.
You know what?
Yeah.
Make me wonder. Are superhero movies starting to go back to old tropes?
In terms of
just like formula. Like, are they starting to go back to outdated methods? Because
what's an outdated method? Example.
Like, you know, just like if I had this in a movie in the 90s, it wouldn't be if I shot this movie in this style or tone, like it wouldn't make sense for me to shoot this movie in the same way in 2020.
I think
just like a movie like Rush Hour wouldn't work today.
See, but this is my thing, because I was actually just watching Rush Hour like last night going to sleep. I think that, and I was watching this in some other movie, and I really think that we should go back to some of that. But I don't know if they can do those shots anymore. That's what I was thinking when I was watching. I was like, I don't know if people can pull off these shots. Like everything is so they don't do like any like close-ups because they have the ability to like CGI stuff anything now, so they don't seem to go for like the shots where everything around them doesn't match what they're looking for, so they do a really close up just to capture that. Like, but it feels authentic because you're capturing something real.
Don't you kind of miss that though?
I do miss that, absolutely.
Like because
I was
speaking of term of Rush Hour, like he's in that scene, and you know when he's talking at the beginning of the movie, he's talking to the guy like they actually had to go to a cityscape at night to film that. Like they actually,
like when he's talking, and that's a very memorable scene. Like that scene where he's talking to Clive and they're doing the deal, and he's like, I got C4 in the truck. All of that, and I was thinking about even the explosion of the car.
Okay, that part can't work.
But why can't that work?
What I'm saying, because this man literally shot like 2 shots in the back trunk and that bitch exploded.
You know, like it can't work in reality, or it can't work.
It can't work. Like it can't work in reality in today's movies. Like because people are gonna be like, bro, like he. You know, there's like the Michael Bay type of thing.
Well, I think that can still work. I think it looks weirder today because now that car doesn't blow up for real. That car blows up. It blows up in CGI or in VFX.
It wouldn't have back then though. Like I'm talking about, like if I was shooting at a car and I just shot 2 shots in the side of it, it's not gonna instantly just explode all over. Like you know, like
I don't think we need realism. I don't think we need like the realism of it. I don't.
But you know, in this thing where like. They try to make, like, when they introduce a movie now, they try to make all these literal things to make it possible.
Wow. Yeah.
And then you're going to have, it's like, like they got to be,
Speaking of that point, there's a scene in Black Adam where there was certain shit that The Rock, and I know it's The Rock, I know he has superpowers in the movie. There was some shit in there where I was just like, no, you can't do that. Like that some of this goes against certain things. And I don't know if it was something that The Rock was doing or something that other characters were doing, but certain shit it was just not lining up. In terms of
possibility.
Yeah, like it was just like that could work. But yeah, I think we can. I don't think we can.
Okay, hold on, because you remember Justice League War. Super serious scene, you know, Darkseid's coming out the water, murking people, about to bring the army. Then you have that scene where Green Lantern flies up to him and he side smacks him, and then the parademons get on him and start beating him while he's on the ground.
Yeah.
Scene used for comedy, like it's. I think even in DC's all of seriousness, they like to do shit to still remind you that hey, we're Warner Brothers. Hey, we own the Looney Tunes. Like, you know, like do something that's wacky.
Oh yeah.
Every now and then, just to remind you that hey, we still like got the Looney Tunes, and like it'll be funny, but it'll still be plausible for like their universe. Like
I hate that.
Like it's like I remember, like you know, just like you can go and it can vary from like little quips that Batman will do or something that Flash will say.
Yeah, I see.
And it's just like you be like, and Batman's not technically quipping, but he's like. He'll say something, Batman will smirk, or Batman and look at him, and Batman don't have an answer for it because it'd be something that he wasn't expecting, but it'd be like witty or whatever.
Yeah.
And just remind you that hey, we're the Looney Tunes, and it'd be something like simple.
Marvel might start doing that eventually. Like they might have.
I love, like, honestly, I like that a lot better than just like the person making sarcastic comments the whole movie, or just like.
Well, you like where they do callbacks to other shit that they own. I guess that's pretty cool.
Well, it's not directly a comeback, but it's just like a callback. It's just the tone. Like,
okay, I see.
Yeah.
That brings me to I was actually watching since we were talking about this. Well, last week was Halloween. And I was watching that movie Hocus Pocus. And they had this moment where
the new one?
Yeah.
Is it good?
This moment. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
It's not bad. I actually liked it.
I don't remember the first one that well. Like, I don't think I ever watched it because like back then I was like, if it's not a cartoon, bro, I don't even want to see it. Unless it was even Stevens.
The first Hocus Pocus is pretty good. I remember growing up, my mom had loved it and she wanted to put it on. She wanted me to record it on VCR. And I ended up accidentally recording over Hocus Pocus for something else by accident, and that just is always something that I remember in my head that my mom was like, "Record Hocus Pocus for me."
I
was
bet
like, okay.
you never lived that down in there.
No, I'm sure I lived it down, but it's something that I think about because I think I let her down. I think I remember the moment where she was like, "Oh no," and I was like, "Ah, yeah, I'm sorry." But yeah, there was this moment in Hocus Pocus where
Did she see it?
The new one, nah.
No, did she see the first one?
Yeah.
Eventually she saw it.
Yeah, obviously. She saw
But I'm more invested in your mom losing out on Hocus Pocus than the actual.
No, it was honestly just a moment where it was an ad. It was a big ad. There's a moment where the girls need to get something, and they're like, "Oh, we need to go to a place." And then it's funny, but it pops up Walgreens. Like it's a big Walgreens, and it just stays there for about 5 or 10 seconds. And I thought to myself, like, this is an ad. Sure, it's a funny moment. Sure, we can resonate and be like, "Oh, it's Walgreens," but definitely Walgreens paid for that spot. And they're going to get some revenue for that. Like they're paying Disney for that.
It doesn't sound like it fit the tone that well because it was just like
no, it fit.
I'm talking about. I mean, like for the amount of time it stayed under for 10 seconds.
No, but I think if you put an ad like that onto a new Disney Plus film, I don't know. It's probably a film, but it's a movie. A new Disney Plus movie, and you put it up there for 5 seconds. 2 seconds. I think that is an ad. I think
it's like obviously ad, but it's like too. It's like
it was funny though. It played in well.
It's like too much. But you want to tell you, okay, you want to tell you was like I think probably did it better, at least from what you described. You ever seen Looney Tunes back in action?
No.
What?
I don't know.
Folks, what?
Looney Tunes back in action. When did that?
It's you know what it is?
No,
it's like this. It's like this Looney Tunes movie. It came out around like 2001, 2002. Has Brendan Fraser, and it's like hybrid, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Have you seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yeah. Okay. It's like hybrid like that during that age.
That was a good era. That was a good. How they did that. That was great. That was
so. Perfect. It was a part where like they were running from like the bad guys or whatever, like and like the car like that they were in, like or like the plane, it was crashing, and. This isn't related, but it's funny. Like all of them was hollering, and Bugs Bunny was hollering, and he said, and then he got some spray to like I guess hydrate his throat, and then he yelled even harder after he did that. It was funny. So like it crashed or whatever, and they were like, "We're stuck here. What are we gonna do?" And then they looked over, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And then Daffy was like, "That looks like a Walmart." And it's the funniest shit because like you thought that they were trapped and then they walking out and he was like, and they had like food and stuff.
Yeah, it felt like that.
Yeah, it was funny, but it wasn't like it wasn't enough. It's
a well placed ad. Yeah, it's a well placed one. Yeah, I think they did that. They did that same thing in Hocus Pocus. I don't even know how we got on that. I think we're talking about Black Adam. But Black Adam, it was good. It's a 6 for me, but like I said, it was really enjoyable. It was awesome to see The Rock like really do his thing and kind of be the superhero he was looking to be or be the character he was looking to be. I think the movie really gets its heart in like the last 10 to 20 minutes. It does something then it connects a little bit to the DCEU, and when it connects to the DCEU at that point, it's done right. I think you know by now Henry Cavill he shows up.
You probably shouldn't have said
that. Henry Cavill saw it. He already posted on his phone. Like literally, he posted and everybody else.
I really hate that.
Yeah, I hated it too. Even the director, I think, he did it. But I do want to say,
what?
Yeah.
Not take away from that just real quick. I can understand that because Henry Cavill, like this man, he's like for a good amount of time, it was questionable whether or not he would become that Superman. I mean, originally he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, but like, I like that he did, and I could tell he was excited.
Like they had to do that to film that scene behind. You know, you just read that.
No, I didn't read that part.
So like the executives or the people like there are sort of producers did not know that he was going to be in the movie. He came to them about it. They were like, no. They didn't because they had a vision of doing a black Superman. So he went over their heads to the execs of WB, and they was like, "Well, if you can make it happen by this time, you can do it." So then, little they know when they said they had already filmed the scene.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
shout out to Henry Cavill.
It was I gotta get The Rock. The Rock was the one who pushed for that.
I would give The Rock that. If he pushed for that, thank you. Because Henry Cavill looked great. He had the signature
Man of Steel.
Yeah, he had that outfit, but he had the signature little Chris Reeve, like a little homage to Chris Reed, with the curl in his hair. That was good to see. That was hard. I was like, yeah, bro, that's like, I need to be able to see Henry Cavill like come back as Superman, because he never really got his opportunity. He never really got his moment to shine. And I like the way that they're doing his look. It seems like they might be going for it. Also, on the topic of Henry Cavill, he actually is, because I believe due to Superman obligation.
Oh, can I say this?
What?
So Henry Cavill also plays Geralt of Rivia in the series known as The Witcher.
Yep.
So Henry Cavill, they've already filmed season 3, but we're slated to film season 4, and he actually is getting replaced by Liam Hemsworth.
Yep.
For that 4th season.
Yep.
In belief that he is actually going to go play Superman.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I think it's pretty clear at this point.
Honestly, I'm being 100% with you. I'm glad. And the reason I'm glad is because an article came out like last week talking about that a couple of the writers of the Witcher series disliked the game and the books.
Wow.
Yeah.
And probably shouldn't be working on the show.
And Henry Cavill, one of the things he was trying to preach, like, yeah, this is gonna be more faithful to the source material, and like he really was like passionate about that. And just hearing that, I imagine he was like, "Fuck this shit, bro."
I think honestly, I think he's always wanted to be Superman, and I think he probably took the role of Geralt in The Witcher 1 because I think he actually is serious about his role. I think I take him to be an actor he's
a gamer as well.
Yeah, I take him, and he's a gamer. Yeah, right. I think he's actually an actor that is passionate about games and movies and his acting career. Right. I think he wants to be a solid actor. He's passionate about it. But I think the moment that Superman came back calling, I think the moment he got like real steam, I think he was ready to go. Like the moment that happened, bro, he hung up that fucking Geralt armor immediately. I'm not mad at him.
I'm like, you tell you something that's funny.
What other reason would you move for that? That's the one. The Superman role, I'm going. Sorry.
Yeah. Fangirls like on my page of like him from that show. They were like, no one cares about stupid Superman. He's like, no one really was begging for it too. I was like, actually, I beg to differ.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what anybody was begging for. We needed Henry Cavill back as Superman.
Motherfuckers were begging for a Man of Steel too. Like, that's why the Rock put his ass. Bro, I'm there.
Bro, honestly, and truthfully, now that I think about it, because you're saying the Rock, and that might be the case, and I believe that to be true. Why the fuck did it have to take for? I mean, now I'm answering my own question. Why the fuck did it have to take for a person like The Rock to have to come in and have this pool for Henry Cavill to come back? Henry Cavill fucking was the inception of the DCEU. He deserved to be able to say, hey, I earned the spot of Superman. But again, Rock is the person with the capital in Hollywood for the most part. He's probably the biggest actor.
I can actually answer that for you.
That's an answer. The Rock. Cool. His capital.
Now let me answer.
You got them different answers.
Sure. Okay. Because The Rock, what they movie to succeed. And one thing he know that's gonna help it succeed is to show that he been listening to the fans.
Fair. I mean, I agree.
Shit. So all I'm gonna say is, so now that you know that The Rock pushed for that man to be back in there, he constructed that shit to happen.
Yeah.
The bitch got at least be a 6.5.
I mean, it's about a 6. Henry Cavill raps that shit up.
Man, you're not even gonna throw a 5 on there when you found out that nigga put that shit in there as a call like that.
I mean, that's not fucking surprising. It's The Rock. Also, The Rock made a movie where he's stroking his own dick the entire time. It's a good movie, but let's not miss what it is. Like, it's a movie where it's the movie where The Rock is putting himself alongside a bunch of B and C list ass people to say, hey, I'm The Rock. and I'm killing shit. Yeah, I get it. It's awesome. It's great. But yo, family, you have no other person that can go toe to toe for you for real that's in this movie. It doesn't show up until the last 5 minutes of the fucking entire film when Henry Cavill shows up. And then that's when you're like, oh yeah, Rock, you gotta sit the fuck down behind this one. That's how it feels. That's how it feels.
Okay.
That's an uncut, uncensored Geek Goonz, BigPaPaReese.
I'm gonna say this. This shit, boy. Okay.
By all means.
You seen Walking Tall?
I know we're not fucking going back.
Hold on.
I know we're not. All right, go ahead.
Have you seen Walking Tall?
Yes, I've seen Walking Tall.
You remember the movie, right?
Yes, I remember the movie.
That motherfucker did or did he not kick ass like in that fucking movie?
Yo,
answer the. Is it yes or no?
I'll answer your question with a question.
Bitch, I just said you only gotta.
No, listen. I'll answer your question with a question. Henry Cavill and Reese is not a fan of not this, but other Reese.
Okay.
Is not a. I don't think he's a huge fan.
I love it how you had to make sure to use. He's not talking about some alter ego, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the alter ego. I'm talking about Reese. I haven't talked to Reese. But
you should probably get in touch with him because he was looking.
Yeah, I know.
For me.
Yeah, I know. I end up talking to him after that. We'll actually have our chat. But he's not a big fan of Man of Steel. I'm an advocate that Man of Steel is probably one of the best DC that's come out. It's a slow but steady movie, good villain, great, like story, origin. It's perfect. To me, it's one of the most perfect movies out of DC. Fuck, I forgot my point. What I'm trying to say is I think initially, in total is that The Rock, Henry Cavill outbeats the fucking Rock, especially in the DCU. He's earned it. Fuck that.
Actually, though.
Yeah, I've seen Walking Tall. Have you seen Man of Steel?
No, hold on. Let me finish. You didn't answer the specific question.
All right, what's the specific question?
Not do his thing.
He did his thing.
With
Henry Cavill.
Let me tell you.
He snaps Zod's
and
neck.
let me tell you. Remember that courtroom scene? When the man fired his own lawyer to defend himself, and his opening statement was him opening his fucking shirt to show how the fucking casino, the people that were trying to fucking prosecute, carved him up and left him to die. And then he went on to about how they sold his fucking nephew drugs and how the cops didn't do not a motherfucking goddamn thing.
Okay, so apparently DK loves Walking Tall. That shit's a 10 for him. That shit. No.
That motherfucker's a 7 point.
No, fuck no. The way he's analyzing this shit, this breakdown, that shit is a 10. This is like 2, 3, 4 episodes beyond past that shit. This shit's a 10 for him.
I'm gonna tell you,
this has got to be his
two or three
fucking, this is like his
that
top
motherfucker.
3.
This probably like, okay. One is based on a true story. So with that also being said, do you know
this is Geek Goonz, motherfucker, not Walking Tall.
There's literally only a fraction of people who've defended their self and won. Like, I'm gonna tell you a fraction. I mean, like less than like 10%. I even go farther and say less than 5%.
All right, what are you telling me,
bro?
You're telling me, all right,
it's based on true story. This shit, bro. That shit is fucking golden.
You see this right here? You see this man? This Conchu looking character. Apparently, this isn't Conchu, but apparently this is not Conchu. See this motherfucker right here? See how the head's turned? That's fucking Zod. That's Zod. This crack fucking neck thing. This is Zod. That's how Zod.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This shit is cool. But can a fucking has an alien snap the neck of another alien in real fucking life?
Absolutely. It's just not in our fucking reality, but that shit's definitely
right here. Like right now on Earth that we know of. Okay.
No,
okay.
On Earth that we know of, no. In the scope of the universe.
No, hold on.
Yes,
no,
1,000%.
Hold on.
They probably have a world where they strictly crack necks.
Hold on. Okay. You said no. Okay, I got another question for you.
Go.
Do we or do we not live in a society where a nigga got fucking carved up, showed his fucking chest as an opening statement, defended himself, and explained them how his nephew got sold drugs and the cops didn't do shit.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, that on that note, I will say that you know what, since we're debating The Rock, these fucking shows, I'll say Walking Tall over Black Adam. One beats the other. Walking Tall.
Oh yeah,
beats
definitely,
Black Adam.
definitely Walking Tall over Black Adam.
Yeah, so that's how we'll end our Black Adam centric episode for the most part, is saying that that The Rock did a better job in Walking Tall.
I'm gonna tell you right now though, it would have been on par if there was a scene in Black Adam
where he beats the fuck out of somebody with a 2x4.
No. Oh. Where he takes off his suit and he shows like whip marks on his back of him being whipped by like the gods or some shit.
The storyline is a little bit. It's all right. It's not bad.
I said that would have been cold. Like if he showed him and he was like, "Why you like this?" And he showed him like, "This is what they did to me."
But then I think we're getting into territory, whatever the fuck the God Butcher had going on.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. On slave movies, this shit not add extra oomph to it when a motherfucker show they back and that shit whipped up and you be like, damn.
I mean, absolutely. But again, I'm viewing from a black perspective. So from a white perspective, that can put a big smile on the nigga face. That could be like, oh, look at that.
But guess what? He winning in the movie.
That's a fact. That is true. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Geek Goonz.
I think I just convinced Reese by the way of giving Black Adam at least a 6.5.
Nah, it's about 6. If I'll say it's a 5, that 0.5 goes strictly to Henry Cavill. Strictly. And Viola Davis as Amanda Waller.
Yeah, she.
Every time she gets on that screen, she's fucking.
I'm gonna tell you right
beast. Love her.
If you're not married, baby, and if you are
this guy shooting at fucking Amanda Waller. This has been Geek Goonz, ladies and gentlemen.
TK.
I am Reese. That's TK, and we're going.